Happy Thanksgiving. How we feeling? How we feeling? How we doing? How we doing? How we living? How we living? I'm not even gonna act like I'm about to stand up on this one. I'm about to sit my black ass down. Let me go ahead and adjust the other cam. I guess since we on YouTube here, I don't need to be on YouTube on the computer. Um, I'll go ahead and switch him up. Fuck it. So, what are we here to talk about today? Right now, and no mic volume. What's good, people? So, right now, I'm thinking about two different things. Bruh, this is irking me. Irking me. So, first thing on my mind is just, you ever been having a conversation with somebody and then you start to realize they know more about you and about your life than you realize you disclosed? And it's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just like, when did I tell you that? Or when you know for a fact you didn't tell a motherfucker something, but it's something that they know about you, and you just like, why do you know this? And this is one thing I could say. I post 80% of my life on the internet, right? So I'm not really tripping. It's on the internet. But it's also interesting because it's like, I didn't see you like or comment none of this that I was posting on the internet. So I'm assuming you didn't see it. But now you're confirming that you be watching me on the internet, but you don't be liking or commenting on anything. So I don't know what's more weird. The fact that you notice stuff, or the fact that you'll be watching me and not letting it be known that you watching me. Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm looking too far into it. I'm reading too deeply. But I will say I think that shit's weird. Does it necessarily bother me? Nah, it is what it is. Cause like I said, I put a lot of myself on the internet. Right now, I'm still in my robe getting ready for the morning. You feel me? And I'm showing y'all my whole living room because I'm not open. But it just feels weird being in the middle of a conversation with somebody and they start dropping details about your life to you and you know you didn't talk to them about it, right? And sometimes I even have asked, like, how do you know that? Or when did I say that? And they're like, oh, no, I saw your story. Like, you be watching my story, but you never comment, like, you feel me? Or, oh no, didn't you post about that? And it was like, oh, you saw my post? Yeah, I saw it. And in the back of my head, I'm just like, all right, bet. You didn't like it, you didn't comment, you didn't share it, but you remembered it enough to cherish the memory and regurgitate it to me. Why? I just, I just won't understand it. Maybe because I'm not a fake person or I'm not a weirdo, you feel me? Maybe that's the thing. Because it's like, if there's something that I'm paying enough attention to someone on the internet that I know in real life, I probably liked or commented too, or possibly even shared it. If not, I don't hold it in my memory enough to tell this person, oh yeah, I seen what you were doing on the internet, but I didn't have enough, you feel me, energy in me to actually fuck with what you had going on. Like, bro, why are you just watching people and not engaging? Why are you not, you feel me, encouraging them? Like, I even had this one dude, it was actually mad funny. Homie was like, hey man, I be seeing you posting, I see you doing your shit. And I was like, you feel me, just thank you. You feel me, a grateful, respectful thank you. No, oh yeah, you know, I be, none of that, bro. Just, oh wow, appreciation for being appreciated. Big sentence, as homie was talking, he went to say, yeah man, niggas need to see stuff like that. It's halfway through his sentence, he almost said that the way that I do shit was inspirational, and he cut himself off mid-sentence because he didn't want me to know I was able to inspire a motherfucker to do something, which I just think is petty, man. I really think it's petty. It's like, that means you just aren't comfortable keeping it 100 with yourself, because I don't give a fuck. I'm posting regardless. right? The things that I'm doing this regardless. So you being inspired or not does not matter. It does not change what I'm doing. But the fact that you can't even be honest enough with yourself to say, yo, I fuck with what you're doing and it's inspirational. Like, why can't you just say that? Especially when it's your truth. That means you have a problem living in your truth because you think it's going to make somebody else look some other way or feel some type of way. Like, you couldn't honestly say, what you have been doing has inspired me because you're in competition with me. And you can't make me think that I have any type of hierarchy or any type of precedent above you. So if you were inspired by me, that must means I'm better than you in some sense. When that's not the fucking case, bro. A grown-up can be inspired by a child. I can be inspired by a child's tenacity to try something, especially if it's something I'm already good at. I admire the fact that I know how to do something that you aspire to so much that you just inspired me to keep the energy, to keep the creativity, to keep the spark up with the shit that I'm already doing. But you know, it is what it is. I just thought that was mad funny because as I'm sitting there, I was like, did this motherfucker just start to say inspirational and cut himself off halfway through? That's weird. And so I had to sit with that. I had to sit with that. I had to sit with myself and I had to figure out why would he cut himself off mid-sentence when I didn't even ask. I didn't even ask. It was just, oh, what's good, dog? Hey, what up, bro? Yeah, man, I was seeing you doing your shit, dog. I see you be posting. Oh, thank you, man. Yeah, I be trying to stay active. I try to stay busy. So yeah, man, niggas be seeing you. Niggas need that shit. You coming off real inspirational. Yeah. I was just like, that wasn't a full sentence. Like, coming off real what? Inspirational is the only thing I could think of next. Huh. Oh well. But yeah, I just think that's mad interesting. I'll never be one to stay up on somebody's life in internet time and not like, comment, share, and then start talking to them about the things that I seen them doing on the internet in real life. Especially, I'm not gonna bring up the shit that I seen in the internet if I got you in front of me in real life, unless I'm saying, oh, that was dope, asking questions about it, showing curiosity. Like, I just don't understand why people have such a hard time showing other people open interest and curiosity and being inspired by the shit that people got going on. Like, come on now. Like, are you so cool that nothing moves you? Like, are you the shit so much that you're the only inspirational figure in the world? Come on now. I don't know. I'll just never understand it. And I just pray that I never become that person and that I'm never in competition with other people based upon the shit that they post on the internet. Like, for what, bro? If I see you handling your shit, if I see you on your business, if I see you, you feel me, growing and going further, all I gotta do is say commend it, and I like to see that shit. Like, and I'm probably gonna like the post. Like, it honestly makes me want to start blocking motherfuckers in real time. You feel me? Where it's like, all right, bet, once I peep that type of shit, not only do I want to block you off of my social media, but I also just don't want to talk to you in real life. And that's really all it be doing for me. It be making me not want to talk to motherfuckers in real life. It's like, all right, bet, you be watching me heavy as fuck, but you don't have nothing to say. So are you actually even my friend, or are you just a monitoring spirit? You know, at this point, I'm just gonna have to treat motherfuckers like fans, bro. And I don't want to do that, but it seems like I just gotta treat motherfuckers like fans, dog. Because you showing me that we clearly not peers. We can't operate on the same level and mutually have conversation and appreciation for one another for whatever reason it is. So you must be a fan. That's how I'm about to start treating these motherfuckers. Like, fuck it, dog. You're a fan, and you didn't even realize it. Something else I think is mad funny is when people try to little bro you. Especially, I mean, look, people try to little bro me, bro. Because I don't walk in a lot of ego. I don't walk in a lot of egotistical, arrogance, shit like that, right? But I've had decent amounts of accomplishments in my life. Like, I've worked with Grammy nominated people, Grammy winning people. I've worked with all types of motherfuckers. I've worked with Snapchat. I've worked with Microsoft. Like, I've been in big productions. Like, I've done a lot of stuff with my life, bro. And I've gathered a lot of information with my, you feel me, time, right? And so I don't walk around just saying all of this, But by the way I carry myself, people can see that I know something about something, right? But since I be in rooms with artists, rappers, actors, models, and shit now who have a name or are building a name, they be trying to little bro a nigga, right? Or they just don't know who the guy is in the room. So they don't interact, they don't talk, you feel me? They might try and flex a little bit, whatever the case may be. But 9 times out of 10, this isn't the last time you're gonna see me, dog. I'm working on all fronts. I act, I model, I'm a cameraman, I make music, I run the studio. So some point or another, I'm probably gonna see you again, even if it's just at a premiere or something, right? But then you might see me holding the camera at one thing, and then at the next one, you see me as the producer of the event. And so motherfuckers be like, hey, I know you. Like, yeah, nigga, you do. You tried to little bro me last time I saw you. Now you in my shit. Like, what are we talking? I love that shit. I love that shit. Just because it makes people realize that maybe they should think about things differently, and maybe they should stop looking down on people or casting judgments about things and on people that they know nothing about. Because the motherfucker you just tried to little bro, or the motherfucker you just tried to son, actually could have put you in the position that you want to be in, or actually could have helped your career and advance you. And I'm still willing to, but motherfuckers already know the disrespect that they've already dished out, or the arrogance that they were already walking in, and now they feel uncomfortable fixing their face and readjusting themselves. Like, okay, well, how can we work together? Okay, well, what can you do for me? When before they was just ignoring a nigga, you feel me, or laughing at a nigga, or trying to little bro a nigga because they have this idea of who they are, right? Or people start to work and build a name and have connections that they think no one else can get, or you feel me? And I'm not gonna say you shouldn't have some confidence to you. You should be confident, especially as an entertainer. Once that confidence starts to bleed into arrogance and overcasting and overshadowing people, you have a problem, especially if you haven't made it yet. It's like me saying that I've worked with some of the people I have. Part of the reason why I was able to work with these people at the time where I was, whereas like I worked with one of Young Thug's engineers as a college student, right? The reason why I had access to this nigga who should have been out of my reach is because of the fact he was not humble. His character didn't permit for him to go further. You feel me? So it's like, once you start to realize stuff like that along the way too, you never even get the big head. Like once I'm sitting here like, yo, bro, I'm working with MGK's engineer. MGK is all the way on the other side of the world now, you feel me, doing crazy shit. How did you get left? And so I just peep, I pay attention, I listen, I watch the work ethic, and I'm like, okay, bet. This motherfucker started to get the big head. You feel me? Before they even got on completely. It's like, this motherfucker's not even an artist. You feel me? This person isn't even the person that was being checked for, which in some cases, the artist will lead an engineer because the artist will think they don't need the engineer when the engineer made the artist, which I can definitely understand and agree with that. But at the same time, you got to understand the hierarchy and who's checking for who when, right? And so the fact that I've been able to peep stuff like this just along the way as my own artist, it just makes me laugh when I see motherfuckers act certain ways or try and, you feel me, think like they the shit, or like they shitting on somebody, or like pretty much overlooking who they think is the little guy, or the person they don't think they need, or the person they don't think they'll ever need, right? And then fast forward, you realize that this is the person who actually could have helped you, or actually could have put you in position, or actually put you further along than where you were. I just think that shit's so funny, especially when motherfuckers be trying to, you feel me, compete and like have their egos on display and bump shoulders with motherfuckers. And I'm just standing there like this. And then later on down the road, they find out who I am and what I do. And they're like, oh, wow. So you actually could have helped me with mine. You could have did, yes. Photo shoots, music videos, studio time, all of it. Websites, branding, all of that shit. Outreach to labels, all of that shit. Radio time, airplay, performances, all of that shit, bro. All of that. You want to be ingenious, you want to get on iHeartRadio, all of that shit. It's like, yeah. Niggas get one hot song. Niggas get one hot song. And they start to think that they on. They start to think they the shit. They start to think they got it. They start to think they don't need no help. They get one connection with somebody who knows how to do something in the music industry, and they think that's the end all be all. No, dog. The more people you know, the better. Like, it don't even matter. Cause again, I don't flex. I don't flaunt. I'm not that nigga like that. I am, but I'm not. Whereas like, yes, you can Google me and see my shit, but nobody's even gonna understand unless they Google a little bit further. You feel me? So for those of you who don't know, I'm a recording artist. I'm a professional actor. I'm from a small ass town in Ohio. I'm one of 50 people in the last 100 years from where I'm from to make it as a professional actor onto the IMDb list for being in movies, right? I've worked alongside motherfuckers that you've seen on TV. You feel me? You know, I don't even like getting into this, dog. I've met Vivica Fox. I've met Craig's mom from Friday. I've been at dinner with Snoop Dogg. Like, I've had lunch with Danny Glover, the old one. You feel me? I've been in the studio with Street Runner, one of Wayne's producers back in the day. I met one of Rick Ross's writers. My cousin used to share an office with him. Like, I've met so many people in the industry along the way. I've had conversations, I bumped shoulders, I've been in the studio with them. I've worked with Genuine's old engineer. I've worked with an engineer named Steve Sola who has worked with everybody from Eminem to 50 Cent to Dr. Dre, like whoever you could think of, bro. Like 100 million records sold. I've been working, bruh. I've been working. I've worked with Daz from whatchamacallit, Ice Cube and them shit, you feel me? Like, I've just met so many people, bruh, and I've just acquired so much game and so much knowledge along the way, and then I've built relationships. So it's like, if I really wanted to, I can be on a tour right now. It's just gonna cost some bread. And that's the one thing I feel like a lot of people don't realize, is like the only thing separating a lot of artists in the music industry is finances. Not talent, not good music, not good music videos, not their manager, literally their budget, literally the marketing budget. That is the biggest separation between artists. I mean, and then the talent, because there's a lot of poopy musicians, there's a lot of bad music. But the biggest thing separating the next breakthrough star and the crappy old singer in their garage and the Taylor Swift is a motherfucking marketing budget. Now, do the people have to like the music? Yes, it makes it a whole lot easier if people naturally like the music or the music is good. But it's the marketing budget that's really the make or break, because with $1 million, you can make people believe any song is good. Oh. But yeah, man, enough of that. I just think it's funny. I think it's funny. I think it's funny. I think it's fucking funny when people meet you in an instance, deem you as unimportant or beneath them, and then fast forward and run into you again, and they realize you were actually the one running shit. I love it. I'll never get tired of that feeling or that shock or that look of surprise. I'll never get tired of it. Mainly just because, like I said, I'm not the type of person to flaunt. The ego has died over here. I don't have the need to show you who I am and what I can do. If you give a fuck, you'll see it. And I'm gonna stay working anyway. So at some point in time, as long as we stay in the same field, you're going to see what I do and my shit. But I still think it's funny. And the second, people are so self-conscious that they can't even compliment or congratulate the next person. Like, giving that person a compliment isn't taking away from you at all. Admiring somebody else's stuff isn't taking away from you at all. Like, encouraging somebody else isn't taking away from you at all. So really why do people have such a hard time big upping someone else? I don't know. I'll never get it. I'll never get it. I guess it's because you gotta like yourself before you can be comfortable boosting somebody else up. I don't know. But yeah, The other thing I wanted to talk about today is completely unrelated to everything else that I've been saying. This is where I woke up today, so rock with me. I woke up today and I was thinking about the different names for God. You feel me? We have Elohim, we have Adonai, we have Yahweh, we have straight up God, we have people who say the creator, we have El Shaddai, we have Jehovah, we have Jehovah Jireh, Jehovah Nisi. And so I don't know. What led me to this thought is really I was just breathing. Go figure, the breath of life. So I was just breathing. And when you breathe, you said, right? Or Yahweh, essentially. They say that the name Yahweh sounds like a breath, right? And that the actual name of God is more similar to the sound we make when we breathe, which is in, Yahweh, out, right? And so I'm like, all right, that's cool. The name of God is Yahweh. But then I was like, well, what about Adonai, right? Which is another name for God. And then we also have Elohim, which is one of the first names for God that we get. And through my studies and just reading, one thing that has been proposed to me is that there are multiple gods in the Bible. Now, rock with me. Now, we have the Elohim version of God, we have the capital G version of God, and we have the minuscule, the lowercase g version of God. And so I don't even know which one to get into first, but the Elohim version of God comes first. So let's get into that first, right? Elohim in uh wow. Hebrew, I'm over here saying in Jude in my head I said Elohim in Jewish and Jew and it's Hebrew. Judaism and Hebrew. Elohim in Hebrew is a plural word. It's no different than saying gods with an S, right? And so when you read that, at least for me, once I realized that and found out Elohim is plural, I was like, that's very interesting. So God spoke with the gods, right? And then if you get into it, some people will say that there were creations before humankind, and some of those creations would have been the heavenly beings, the celestial beings, the what we revere as angels these days, right? And that God didn't create the world completely by himself. And if you actually get into the book of Proverbs, the word wisdom is personified, and wisdom is given qualities and traits just like a person. And that just goes to speak that certain elements of life and of existence, God personified and gave life to them, right? And so when it says Elohim, is not necessarily talking about people, but it's talking about the other celestial beings. And God looked around at all of them and said, let us make something in my image, right? And it's not to necessarily say that the angels were gods, but they weren't in the image of humans. And by the time God got ready to make Adam and Eve, he was ready to make a new creation unbeknownst to the heavenly creations and heavenly realms. And that's even once we get into the story in the Bible further and we talk about the fallen and we talk about the devil or Satan or Lucifer, whatever you want to call him, is like he existed before people existed as well, which is part of the reason why what happened when it comes to humanity and other beings, celestial beings, is because he could see that God, one, wanted them, two, he created them in his image, and three, it was like they were his actual offspring, right? And so the things that humans were allowed to have, the things that humans were allowed to be, say, where they were allowed to go, was different than what the other beings of the Elohim were allowed to do, which is part of what sparked his disgust, his rage, his indignation, whatever you want to call it. But that's a whole nother story. But that's one idea of Elohim in a word being used for God. That's not the end all be all, because we also have Jehovah Jireh, Jehovah Nisi, Jehovah. And so this was something I thought was mad interesting. I don't remember where I read this, but they were saying that we have Yahweh, the creator, which is also separate from the Elohim. Yahweh is the ultimate creator of the universe, where people want to say like the creator or the most high or the universe. Yahweh is the universe. You feel me? He created the universe. You feel me? And so Yahweh would be the bigger picture out. And then we have the Elohim. Once Yahweh creates the celestial beings and comes into communion with them, right? But then once we zoom back in to humanity and we get to the point of Adam and Eve and beings having left heaven, and then we see a lowercase g pop up, is Jehovah the God of the Israelites, but not the God of the universe? It's like, that's the question that it was leading me to once I saw the little g, and then you see the Israelites talking about Jehovah, Jehovah Jireh, and this is when God starts to get a bunch of different names, is when the people are revering and worshiping their deity. And Jehovah tells the Israelites that he is their God and the only God of their nation, right? And this is supposed to be part of the separation of the Israelites, the 12 tribes, from the other people of humanity, is the fact that they claim to have the one true God and communion with that one true God, but they don't necessarily reference Yahweh or Adonai. And we have the space with the little g now. So I'm not telling you this is it. These are thoughts that I've pondered. Because where did this little g come from? And how did we go from Elohim to Jehovah Jireh, to Jehovah Nisi, to, and then the endings of the names would change given the circumstance that the people were in. And so some people would even argue that they were calling on different deities with each different name. And so if that's the case, did they have multiple gods when we were told they were only supposed to have one? Like, I don't know. I really don't know. At the end of the day, this is how I've boiled it down to make me comfortable. Elohim was God referring to the celestial beings and saying, what should we do? Yahweh is the creator of everything. And I honestly kind of feel like Jehovah Jireh, Jehovah Nisi, Jehovah is a celestial being who was sent to earth to reign, and that people attached to as being the ultimate creator, but that he's still sub-creator to Yahweh. How does this work? I don't know. Who told me this? Nobody. Is just looking at the capitalizations and seeing how they refer to Jehovah, but then how Yahweh is the overall creator. And then the more I go through the Bible and it talks about like a lake of fire, it talks about the ultimate creation, and it talks about the end of it all. But even at the end of this world as we know it, in the wrap up of the story of humanity, there's still another end that's enacted by Yahweh. So I'm like, I don't know, y'all. It should be confusing me. It be making me think critically. And at the end of the day, it is what made me realize, like, when people talk about like God and religion and then think about the fact that God is outside of all of those things, that's the only way I can be like, I definitely can see Yahweh existing outside of the Elohim aspect of stuff, right? I don't know. And honestly, I forget about Adonai and where that name came from. Like, it's just so many names. It's so many names, right? And with the fact that there are so many gods and goddesses in other religions and other shit, it's just like, how does this work? Especially if we're supposed to be revering one God, but we have all these names, we have these different spellings and these different capitalizations. Why? What was going on and why? And so understanding the Elohim makes that a little bit more clear, but everything else doesn't. Nothing else does. So this is what I woke up with thinking about today, is like, all right, so people say that the Jehovah in the Bible was another God. and that he wasn't the ultimate creator of the universe God. And that's another reason why, if you listen to Jay-Z, he calls himself Jehovah. You feel me? Jehovah. Jehovah, Jehov, Hove, Jehovah, right? But then we have Jehovah's Witnesses, which are another sect of the story of the creation and of Christianity. And they're referring to Jehovah as God, but not Yahweh or Adonai. So it's like, is it the same being or not? I don't, I couldn't tell you. That's what I woke up thinking about today. I don't think I have anything else to say for a minute. Well, how about those Ravens? I don't even fucking like the Ravens. Have you ever suffered from sciatica? My legs is going crazy right now. If you be here, you know I usually stand up for this. My legs is going crazy right now. My hips, my ankles, my thighs. I could really use a massage. Well, all right, let's get the day started. You already know it's good. You see my face. I'm about to dunk it in a bucket of cold water. Let's get ready. I hope that y'all still see me okay. This top camera froze. All right, let's get this bucket of water. Oh, we have our big old bowl. Grab some ice. Falling apart. All right, some ice, some cold water. Boom, boom, boom. And we just gonna dunk. We're gonna do 2 30-second dunks. At least that's the goal. Woo. Not gonna lie. Don't think that was a full 30 seconds. The last 5 seconds, I started to go under. It was ill in the nigga. I'm not gonna lie. I be forgetting about the whole words on TikTok and trying to keep it PG and like the K word and the D-A-D, like, that should have me dead, dog. It should be killing me, man. They gonna flag a nigga for that. Oh, why Santa Claus got such pretty eyelashes? Like, this Santa Claus look like a bitch. Look at that. It got the rosy cheeks. Look at them eyelashes. Oh my God. And the rosy lips. Like, why? Why is Santa Claus wearing rouge, dog? They got Santa Claus looking like you feel me? Looking like a hussy. His cheeks is pink as hell. Lashes, boy. Look at them lashes. Lashes on fleek. Why they do Santa like this? Look at the red lips. The lips is the funniest, dog. My nigga got a nice little rouge on. Oh God. They got pretty Santa with the whatchamacallit right there. He said, "Who trying to kiss me? Don't stand too close. You under the mistletoe." Are you ready for your kiss? That's crazy. They got Santa Claus looking pretty than a bitch. All right, back to what I was doing. We got 30 seconds to go. All right, that was only 20. I lost my breath. Oh, we gonna have to do one more. I have to do one more of like 10 or 15. 10, 10, 10. 10, 10, 10. Oh. All right, one more. All right. Ooh. A little bit of brain freeze. A little bit of brain freeze ain't never hurt nobody though. Ooh. Sheesh. All right. As I let my face, get back to normal temperature, I'm gonna put some tea on. Ooh-wee. I feel like I look extra red today. That'd definitely be having me turn pink. Oh, I don't really care. It just always makes me laugh because it makes me think about dumb, ignorant people who'd be surprised when brown skin changes colors according to other things like temperature or like, as a mother, well, you can get a bruise? Yes, bro, I can get a bruise. We have the same skin, we have the same blood cells, same blood vessels. Like, if you hit me hard enough, the blood vessels will pop and it will leave a mark, bro. What are you talking about? I will say this though, in order for me to bruise, you gotta hit me hard as hell. Oh, you know I got fucked up if I get a bruise. But it's possible. Oh wow, I got ice cubes all the way over here on the carpet. All right, we're gonna make this tea. Ordered this off of Amazon. It's supposed to be a little detox tea. You know what I mean? Get your kidneys right. I don't know about you, but your boy be sipping. Anything brown is going down. You feel me? So we gonna make this tea go along with our morning devotional and get it poppin'. All right, that's only gonna take like 3 minutes. My lips is dry than a biscuit. So while we wait for the tea, I'm gonna just go ahead and give y'all the tea on what I be using on my face. So this right here, better than sex, is magic. This right here is beef tallow honey balm, right? It's a little bit of grass-fed beef tallow, a little bit of honey, and a little bit of lavender. I'm gonna take this pea-sized amount. Look at my face. Look at my face. Just take a good look at my face right now. I'm not gonna lie, skin already looking right, but watch what happens. You see that glow? You see that glow? Oh, this stuff right here has everything in it that you need for your skin. Vitamin A, vitamin E, vitamin D, vitamin K, vitamin B. All of that in one little jar. And it's gonna nourish your face and make sure you stay nice and hydrated. All you need is a pea-sized amount, rub it in. And I'm even gonna rub it on my lips, bruh. Use it as chapstick. Anything that you need moisturized, you could use it on your hands, you could use it on your arms. And right now it's on sale in the TikTok shop. So you can change your face, get a complete makeover for less than 20 bucks right now. I live by this stuff. I used to use a face mask, I used to use a face scrub, a nighttime moisturizer, and a daytime moisturizer. I trashed all of that once I got my hands on this stuff right here, because it's all you need to make sure you're getting all the right nutrients and the right minerals. And then it's alcohol free, it's paraben free, it's chemical free. So I didn't need to use my face wash to wash off all the chemicals because I wasn't using them anymore, right? Oh, it's literally all natural, it's handmade, hand whipped, and it's the best thing you can do for your face. I think it's crazy how red that water got me. I look like somebody just smacked the shit out of me like that. It's a flat little. But yeah, that's step one. I guess that's step two. Step one was the little ice bath. Step two, go ahead and hit your face with the moisturizer. But we not done there. For all my fellas with a patchy beard, if you've been trying to get your beard right, you need to get this right here, dog. This is some activating serum. Actually, I'll show you the box. All my fellas with a bad beard need to get this. And all my fellas who are just trying to get a better beard, you need to get this. It has this activating serum in it, right? This serum has biotin right in it. And so I used to take biotin as a pill, as a supplement by itself. I don't have to do that anymore because it's right here. You just drop it on your face. It has some ginger root in it too. And both of those are just gonna promote hair growth. And just rub that in like that. Get you nice and moisturized. And then the next thing that's in this bag is called a dermaroller. And a dermaroller is cool. There's this little tool right here. You see, it spins. And then it has these little pointies on it. And so these points are going to poke your skin, and it's just going to, one, open it up so that the activating serum can get in there. And then two, is going to poke your skin, right? And these pokes is going to increase the blood flow to your face. That increased blood flow is going to help with the hair growth, right? And the same thing with the ice bath. The ice bath is gonna freeze your face, and then your blood vessels are going to feel the fact that the temperature is dropping. So it's going to send more blood to your face, which is going to make all the elements that you need for good skin rush to your face too, as well as increasing the hair growth. Just because it's stimulating you, you feel me? It's telling your face that we need to send more blood, more oxygen, and more of the nutrients to your face and to that area than it already was. So it's really just promoting growth and healthy skin. So with the dermaroller, you just want to rub for about 30 to 60 seconds anywhere you want the hair to get thicker at. I'm not gonna lie, I be doing up here on my cheek. And I do see it now. Over the last like 2-3 months, when I go to line up, it's starting. It's just, you can even see right here, it's just not as thick yet. But it used to not be there at all. Using this dermaroller got it opening up and got it spreading. You feel me? And so after we dermaroll, we gonna go ahead and hit it with the balm. This balm right here has jojoba in it, argan oil in it. It got lavender in this as well. And so we just take a little bit like this, rub it into our fingers, and put it in that beard, boy. Just like that. And then the last step is gonna comb him out. Comb him out. I need to line up. You need to go line this up. I think I'm gonna do it today. I need a line right here. I need to line this stash up, line this up. Oh, thank y'all for letting me know. I'm gonna go do that. I'm gonna do that in a second. But you know, I just thought about something else. Something else I enjoy is letting people think I'm clueless. Or letting people think I don't know shit. It's like, if people want to play in my face, or if people, you feel me, like, if people be trying to get over, or like, trying to downplay shit, I don't even say nothing. I don't even do nothing. If somebody tries to play in my face, or tries to little bro me, or like, tries to get over on me, or tries to like, you feel me, make a joke at my expense, the last thing I'm about to do is get upset. Because first, I'm just curious as to why you thought you could do that. You feel me? And then second, I'm curious as to where do you think we're going from here? Like, where are we taking this thing? And then third, is like, most of the time, the people it's coming from play the least amount of relevance or important into anything that I have actually going on. So it's like, I'm gonna just sit back and peep and watch whatever you think you doing, because you're not hurting nothing over here, little nigga. You not hurting my ego. You not hurting my self-esteem. You damn sure ain't stopping my money. So it's like, I'm gonna let you continue to be funny and say little slick shit, or to actually think you're taking something from me. But if you're taking anything from me, I was either one, already willing to give it, or two, it wasn't mine. Like, you're not taking my position. You're not taking my spot. You definitely not taking my money. So it's like, what do you get out of trying to play me? What do you get over trying to like outcast me as the other? Nothing. You feel me? So I just be laughing so hard. It also remind me of when I used to trap. It's like, I'm from a small ass town. And so everybody knew whoever was holding bags most of the time. But I was never in nobody's face, so nobody ever knew what the hell I had going on at first. And then once I did start having bag, I still wasn't trying to be outside. So I would just find niggas that niggas was already working with or for or copping from, and I would just give niggas great deals and prices. And so motherfuckers didn't know where the bag was coming from because niggas didn't want to say it was coming from me. So motherfuckers, but oh, I got better gas, I got better prices, blase, blase, blah. Pull up, I'll look at this shit like, nigga, you smoking me. And I wouldn't even have to say it, but I'll just look down like, dog, you just did all this work. Like, oh, I'm waiting for X, Y, and Z. I'm gonna just cop from them. And I'm just like in the back of my head, like, that nigga just left me. All right, whatever. You feel me? And that's what I just learned. Like, let people be weird if they want to be weird. Don't try to redirect them to, you feel me? Just play your part. And it didn't matter if they got the shit from me or if they got it from the other person, because at the end of the day, the bread was coming back to me. So I was like, look, play your position, play your part, play your role. At the end of the day, everything's still gonna line up. And I still look at everything in my life that way today. So I play my part, I play my role, I play my position, I play it well. And the people who need to know me, the people who need to know the players, know who the players are. Everybody else, what the fuck ever. You think you got something different, you think you got this and you really got that. Or you think you going all out the way, getting it from some exclusive place when it's the same shit that 5 other people have. Yo ignorant ass just was too big-headed or too blinded. I don't really know which one it is. Like, niggas put blinders on to the rest of the world once they think they got it figured out. When it's like, bro, you could have been getting the same shit from 3 other places. Like, you made yourself wait longer just because of your ignorance and your blind loyalty to what you think you know. You could have got a better price by fucking with me, right? And you could have got it way faster than waiting on that nigga, bro. But no, since you know it all, I'm gonna let you go out your way, wait on this nigga, and up pay. Fuck it. And so yeah, that's what trapping taught me. It taught me to just let motherfuckers do what it is that they want to do, especially if your hand is already involved in the pot in other ways. And so that's another reason why I just like, when people think that they're getting over, where are you going? Like, what's on the other side? Especially if in your haste to get over or belittle or overshadow somebody, they now decide they no longer fuck with you. Like, really, where are you going now? Like, you think you're getting to the other side when really I could have been your helping hand this whole way along. Like, I don't know. I don't know why this is even on my mind right now. It's really, I just have people try to humble me all the time. I think that's really what it is. And I'm really just finally like sitting in the fact that I think it's funny as fuck, because most of the time the people who try to humble me don't know anything about me. They don't know anything about the things that I've done. They don't know anything about the trajectory of my life. All they know is they see me in front of them, and for some reason or another, they think that there's a competition, or they think that there's some type of beef, or they think that they have to outshine me or show me their talent when I don't give a fuck. Like, let's just start there. Unless we were trying to mutually work on something together, build something together, or make some bread, I genuinely don't give a fuck. Which is why I never lead with any of my talents or any of my accomplishments, because why am I telling you if we are not trying to build something together or make some motherfucking bread? I don't give a fuck about my own talents if I'm not actively using them. So why the fuck do I care about yours if you're not actively using them? I don't know. But yeah. Or just like, another one is like when you know somebody's lying, or you know somebody's not telling the whole truth, and instead of telling them, I don't believe you, or instead of telling them you're lying, or that's not what so-and-so said, or that's not what I was told, just watching how much they're going to lie, and watching, like, literally you can see it on their face when they're trying to formulate the next part of the story when they're lying and you know the truth. Like, if you know there's more to it it's not just them thinking you like, oh, this motherfucker's coming up with a lie right now. Like, or if you don't say enough to let them know you know something, but they're like, you can see it in their head, they're like, oh, you're stupid, or oh, this person doesn't know. And then they start telling you what they want you to believe or what they want you to think. But in all actuality, you already knew more than that. You just didn't say more than that because you wanted them to confirm, or you didn't want, it's not my business, you feel me? It's not my business. So I'm gonna say a little bit of something to let you know I'm privy, but I'm gonna wait on you if and leave it up to you if you want to fully disclose, because this is more of your business than it is my business. But people will rather act like you don't know anything and then just lie about the whole circumstance. And that's when you know who you're dealing with. It's like, if I say something to bring up a point of a matter and I don't get straight to everything I know, and instead of you opening up or being honest about it and you take it somewhere else, I'm like, all right, bet I can't trust this person. This person is a liar. This person is going to openly lie to me, regardless of whether I know the truth or not. You feel me? It's like, I'm not going to let you know I know. Just, you feel it? I don't know. Maybe I'm playing games, or maybe it's a mind game. I don't know. I don't look at it as a mind game. I look at it as I want to see how honest of a person you are, as well as I don't want to seem as if I'm prying into your life. So this is the information I have. This is a little something I know. I'm bringing it to you now. Instead of disclosing more, diving into the conversation, or saying you don't want to talk about it, you lie about the circumstance. All right, cool. You're a liar. I don't want to ask you anything else anymore because you're a liar. And so I just had to see that first. I had to see whether or not you're willing to tell the truth in a situation where you don't know how much of the truth I already know. How honest are you? That's it. That's all. I don't look at it as a mind game when it's just to try and test someone's integrity and see how honest they are. It's like, I'm not looking for you to lie. I'm hoping you tell the truth. And I'm not trying to trip you up. It's just through your dishonesty, you tripped yourself up. And it's really just like the truth being shown. Where it's like, clearly, if you're a liar, you're a liar. It's going to be evident. You already were a liar. It's just now that I've asked these questions, we both know that you're a liar. And that's something else that I always wondered about. People who be liars and they know that they're a liar, and then they find out that the other person also knows that they're a liar, but they keep lying. It's like, why would you even do that? It's like, if you lie to me and I find out that you're lying, you might as well just stop talking to me. You might as well just never talk to me again, because I'm never going to take anything you tell me again at face value, and I'm really just not going to trust you again ever. Like, if I already know you're lying and you look me in the face and you tell me a lie, or we both established the fact that I don't believe something, or better yet, we both know the truth of what happened, and then you look at me and you say this happened, or something other than what the truth is happened, yeah, I will never talk to you again. We will never be friends again. Just because my mom always taught me that liars are some of the most dangerous people in the world, because not only are they not willing to tell the truth, but they're willing to let other people believe false shit. And it's like, lies are trying to repaint reality. And my mom told me that liars are manipulators, and they're psychological problems. Because if you're telling someone something that they know that didn't happen, you're trying to reconstruct their reality, and you're messing with their psychological processing and their psyche. And that was one of the most dangerous people you could ever be around or be involved with, is someone who is a liar, because they'll lie to themselves and paint false narratives and false realities if it makes them feel better. So it's like, if your reality has to be called into question, I don't want to be around. If my reality has to be called into question, which now makes me question my sanity and how well I recollect the matter, I'd rather just, I'm not doing this. I refuse. I refuse. I refuse. I refuse. Yeah, and liars are one things I don't entertain and I don't play with or play about. Whereas, like, you could lie, but you also have to be willing to admit, you're right, that was a lie. It's like, if I'm dealing with someone who can't even admit that they told a lie, yeah, bro, I can't be here. This is, nope. it's unsafe. This is unsafe because just as easily as you lie to me, you might lie on me. And if you, excuse me, can believe your own lies that strongly, you're dangerous because you will make other people believe the lies just because you want it to be the truth, right? And that, no, bruh, nah, it's not safe. It's not safe. Personal preservation is the purpose. You feel me? And that's the main reason why if I think somebody is a liar or lying, I can't get down. I won't talk to you. I won't say anything because you're not going to misconstrue my words. You're not going to misconstrue my actions. Like, I've had liars tell me what it was that I was thinking. It was like, this is why you did that. What? No, it's not. Like, you feel me? It's like if someone is a liar and their integrity is that dismantled where they can look somebody in the face and tell them something happened that didn't happen, that means they lack integrity. Like, I don't know. It's just a big deal for me. It's a big deal for me. It's like, what are you afraid of? It's like, for me, a liar is one of the biggest indicators of someone who's afraid. If you're a liar, you're afraid. If you're a liar, you're fearful. If you're a liar, you feel like you don't control something. You feel me? Because most of the times when people are telling lies, it's in order to maintain either some type of dynamic or maintain some type of power or control, or at least to maintain some type of image, right? So usually if people are lying, it's out of fear of either being found out, being discriminated against, or not being liked, right? You don't want the truth to come out because it paints you in a bad light, or it shows that you weren't justified. Like, usually if you're telling a lie, it's to cover something up, which means you're afraid of the other circumstance. You're afraid of the outcome. You're pretty much a coward. If you're lying about something, you're a coward. You're afraid of the consequences of your actions, so you're going to choose to tell a different story, right? And God has not given us the spirit of fear, right? And for me, once I got above like 18, I was like, look, bro, the only people who could really do anything to me, of course, the law, my mom, and God. So if I know I'm not doing anything illegal and I know the law is not involved, and I know that my mom isn't really gonna do shit to me no more other than maybe yell at me, I don't really have a reason to lie to people because God sees everything. Literally, God sees everything. And he's the only person in this world that I'm afraid of anymore. Like, I'm not afraid of my mother anymore. You feel me? And there is no other adult that I see in this world that I'm automatically like, oh, they about to put me in trouble. Oh, they gonna whoop me. No. So why am I lying to any other adult? I don't need to lie to you, nigga. I'm not afraid of you. Like, when someone thinks that I'm lying, I'll be like, why the fuck would I be lying to you? Who is you? What are you going to do? I do not have the need to tell you a fake story to control your outcome or control your action. I don't care what you do, bro, because you're not about to do shit to me. You're not about to hurt me. Like, you feel me? And even when it comes to like being in a relationship, I don't even lie to women. I don't lie to women, dog. For one, anytime I've lied to a woman, when the truth came out, it was twice the headache. Two, one of the times I lied to a girl, bruh, after the truth came out, do you know how annoying those conversations were? Literally, I had to tell little shawty that you should just leave my life. I love the little hoe too. I was in love with the little bitch. Maybe not because I cheated on her. Hey, who knows? But I thought I was in love with the little bitch. You feel me? After the truth came out, even though I liked her, I was so annoyed. I was so annoyed by the amount of questions that ensued about the lie. How could you lie? Why did you lie? Would you lie again? Why with her? And then it all just became about the other woman and the other girl. Did you talk to her today? Did you see her today? Did you say anything to her today? And I'm like, bro, I'm going to see her every day, at least 5 days a week. Like, I can't help it. So it's like, look, man, I really learned, fuck it, I'm not even gonna lie. I'm gonna tell you the truth. You gonna accept the truth. We gonna get over this shit together, or we not. And if we not, that's completely fine. It also made me just think about cheating differently. It was like, look, bro, do I want to have to leave my bitch because I can't handle the conversations we had after I lied to her? No. So I'm gonna keep my dick in my pants and keep it to myself, right? So it's, it's all learning. All learning goes together. But yeah, I why am I lying to you? For what? What are you going to do? Beat me up? No. Why do I have to lie to you, dog? What are you about to do? Put me in trouble? How? Like, if you not a cop, I ain't got no reason to lie to you, dog. And I don't talk to the cops, so I don't got no reason to talk to them. So I don't really be telling lies too much these days. And also, if I tell a lie, I feel bad myself. Like, it's some honest Abe syndrome in this motherfucker. I don't even like to lie, because I'm like, also, like I said, I think part of it is once I had this understanding was like, yo, people only lie because they're afraid of the outcome. And I'm like, nigga, I ain't no pussy. So it's like, if I lied to somebody about something, I'm now sitting back with myself like, nigga, what was you scared of? Why was you lying? Like, you thought they was gonna do something to you? What was the outcome about to be? I'm over here having a beef with myself, like, nigga, who are you running from that you can't tell the truth? It was like, I'd rather just tell the truth and get it out. I'd rather tell the truth about situations that make me look bad. You feel me? I'll tell the truth about some shit that make me look bad. Because look, nigga, I'm human and we all make mistakes, you're right. But now what? Where are we going from here? You feel me? Okay, you want to talk to me about the mistake I made? I already know I made the motherfucking mistake. Are you going to help me fix it? Because if not, why are you in my face about it, motherfucker? I deal with myself every single day. You feel me? It's like you can't deal with other people until you learn to deal with yourself. As a life coach, I'd be a horrible life coach if I wasn't realistic with my own life. Like, I would have never been able to even get my life coach certification if I wasn't able to realistically look at my own life and evaluate where I was myself. So it's like everything starts with being honest. If you cannot be honest with yourself and say that, hey, maybe I'm hindering myself, your life will never grow. So it's like, if you want growth in your life, you have to be able to tell the truth and admit when you were wrong. Because if you can't even admit like, hey, maybe I shouldn't have said that, or I could have did that better, or you feel me, then you'll never grow, because all growth comes from change. So you have to be honest about the things that aren't going right and about the mistakes you made in order to change them, to do something different, to grow. If you want to be better, you have to be honest. You feel me? It's like if I was an athlete who always lied to myself and said, oh, I did my workout. I lied to coach and said, oh, I did all my workouts. I lied to my teammates and said, I know all the plays. I lied to myself and said I was strong enough. And then we get out there, I'm going backwards. I'm running the plays half-assed. I'm getting my ass knocked out and handed to me. And I'm tired. I'm tired because I lied about doing my conditioning. I didn't really do it. I'm going the wrong way because I lied about knowing the plays and about studying the playbook. And then I'm getting my ass handed to me because I lied to myself saying I was ready and really I'm not. So it's like all growth starts with being honest. You cannot get further in life if you can't be honest, especially with yourself. Being honest to the rest of the world is secondary because they're not with you all the time. But if you can't be honest to yourself, you're not even going to allow yourself the room to do the things that are in your best nature. Because you're not even going to tell yourself that honestly you should do them. You're going to be like, oh, it's okay, or I'll do it later, or I did enough, or I'll be okay. Like, you be lying to yourself, and then you just get out there and get your ass handed to you. And that's even in life. You feel me? You're like, I'm smart enough, or I've been working hard enough, or I did enough today, or I'll do it later. And then you turn around and you in the same spot 10 years later because you've been lying to your motherfucking self. But that's another thing, though. I've learned that people who lie also lie to themselves a lot. So it's like, if someone is lying to you, just know that they're not going to end up where they could be in life or should be in life because they're a liar. Just know that there's some part of their life that's also suffering because of the fact that they're lying. And so that's another thing that I just remember and keep in mind when I deal with liars, so I don't get upset. I'm like, all right, bet, if you can't be truthful with others, you can't be truthful with yourself, which means ultimately you're just going to fail at life anyway. So I'm not really stressing anything you're doing or saying because it's not going to fucking work for you in the long run, because anything built on a lie is going to have to crumble. Have fun with your failure is how I look at it. You feel me? Motherfuckers lying about shit and trying to put on facades and stuff. I just be like, have fun with your failure, because ultimately that shit's going to have to crumble. All facades fall. I think I'm done. I didn't even plan on doing that. I didn't even plan on going on that little tangent right there. Oh, I'm not done. I gotta read. I gotta do some reading. Oh, and I forgot my tea. Let's go get this tea. Yeah, I just got happy about that tea. Well, I completely forgot about it. Sipping the tea. But also, back on liars, I get offended when somebody tells me I'm lying. Like, nigga, why the fuck I gotta lie to you? You really think you that important? You really think you that special? You think that whatever the consequence you might possibly enact is so detrimental that I had to lie to you for what? Oh yeah, that's something that irks me. And especially little shawties, shawties think you lying. I be like, bitch, I ain't got no reason to lie to you. I don't even like you that much. What are you talking about? It's like, look at us, girl. Honestly, this is what I'm gonna do. Next time a girl thinks I'm lying about something, I'm gonna just be like, so what are the reasons that people lie? It's so that they can control the situation. And usually out of their fear of losing something. You think I'm afraid to lose you? And just leave it there. And just see how she feel about it. They're like, what, bitch? So you think I'm afraid to lose you? How these hoes fucked up. I already know. Boy. But that's another thing, though. People get used to lying or behaving a certain way, and they just assume that other people are doing the same thing. And that's something that I think is so crazy. It's like recently I've been coming to terms with the idea that a lot of people put on an idea of who they are, or a presentation or a representation of who they think people want them to be, or who they think people want to see. I have literally never been that person. I won't say never. The only time I was anywhere near being that person is when I was in college and when I was in a fraternity, and it only lasted for about a year. It lasted for about a year. And I would show up to things and show up to places and try to fit in with what the status quo was. And it was the only time in my life I ever showed up in like a presentation of who I was. You feel me? Where people would be like, oh, Chuck, you know, I can't even explain it. Where it'd be like, oh yeah, Chuck likes rap. Or you feel me? Like people would just associate me with certain behaviors that I had done in the past, or certain things I liked, like certain music or certain like jokes or certain takes on the things people were saying. Like I would realize like, oh, people think that I'm this way, or this is the type of response they're expecting out of me, or you feel me? And I would like feed into it a little bit and not try and like make that perception, but I would understand like this was the expectation of me from my persona that they got, and I would go along with it as a sophomore in college. By the time I was 22, nigga, no, bro. Look, whatever you get in front of you, what I'm saying is what I mean, right? The way I'm responding is how I'm going to respond. Like, I didn't respond this way just because I wasn't paying attention, or because I didn't want you to know I actually fucked with the thing and I'm acting like I don't. Like, nah, bro, if I fuck with something, I fuck with it. If I don't fuck with it, I don't fuck with it. If I like something, I like something. If I want to go, I'm going to go. If I don't want to go, I'm not going to go. If I think it's stupid, I'm going to say it's stupid, right? So by the time I was 22, what you get is what you see. Just straight up, like, I'm not putting on no costume of a person, no facade of a personality, like, and so I'm learning that not everyone has that level of comfortability with themselves, right? And that people will look at the group setting and say that these people are like this, so I'm going to behave like that. I don't know how to do that. I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, but it is a thing. And like, I'm gonna show up the same way I am right here as I do over there and over there. Whether I'm sitting in the room with a lawyer and a doctor, or I'm sitting in the room with a motherfucking painter. Like, I could be sitting in the room with the president of the United States, and the same person I am sitting here on this live stream with you is the person I'm going to be in the room with him. And so I'm just realizing, like, not everybody operates out of that level of authenticity and comfortability, where people will shapeshift depending on who they're in the room with. And when they're in the room with no one, they're someone completely different than they are in the room with everyone else. I can't imagine how tiring that is. I can only imagine how tiring that is. Because I'd be tired just being me in a room full of people. So to have to be somebody else, boy, do not sign me up. Don't sign me up. Don't sign me up. That's why I'm so happy that I chose to be in entertainment. And people think sometimes that I'm just being entertaining. No, not really. Like y'all watching this might think that I'm performing or like, nah, my nigga. If I was sitting in the room with one other person, this is exactly the same way I'd be talking. This is the same way that I would be, feel me, be coming off. I probably wouldn't be talking as much because I'd be thinking way more. Usually if I'm in a room with people, I think way more than I talk, because a lot of the time the shit that I want to talk about or the way that I be talking about shit, people don't be on that type of timing. Or another thing I'm realizing is, like, I'll be having people tell me, like, why do you talk like that? Talk normal. What you mean talk normal, bruh? I am talking normal. It's like, why you talk so proper? Do I talk proper, my nigga? Like, I didn't even realize that I spoke properly. And you see, I just said that right. I didn't even realize I spoke properly. People like, shit like that, dog. Realize properly. I didn't realize I spoke. I don't know, man. It's just like, I feel like sometimes people will hold your intellectual side against you if they're not smart. Like, if people aren't as smart as you, they'll hold that against you. And it's like, why am I being victimized for having intelligence? Like, why am I the problem for being smart? And really, it just boils down to people being self-conscious. People will be self-conscious and feel inferior. And so, since they feel inferior, instead of leveling up, they'll try to put, oh, you feel me, a damper on you, or put like a lock on you, where it's like, you're only allowed to show this much of yourself, or you're only allowed to exhibit this much greatness, because anything bigger than this is going to make me feel inferior. And so they start insulting you so you don't open up. That shit is crazy to me. And it's like, I really wish I had realized this sooner. And it's another reason why I tell people, just do you, be you, say what you want to say, like what you want to like, do what you want to do, go where you want to go. Because as a young person, if you don't realize that, you'll let other people hinder you and put a cap and a damper on the things you want to do and the things that are of interest to you. And you might even completely disrail the trajectory of where you're going with your life based upon someone else not being comfortable with all that you're capable of because they can't see it for themselves. And that's a dangerous place to be in, because other people aren't going to always tell you when you're not living up to your full potential, or when you can have or do or be better, especially if they think that what you're capable of is above or beyond what they think they're capable of. Not what they're actually capable of, not what you think they're capable of, but they don't have a belief in themselves. And since they don't have the belief in themselves, they're going to dismantle all belief that you have in yourself. Because I dare you like yourself if I don't like me. And so this is another reason why I spend so much time alone. Is as I've gotten older, I've just had to realize, like, even people who said they had my best interest at heart, or people who said we were going in the same direction, at the end of the day, I've had some type of conversation or interaction with them where it's like something I was doing or saying that just naturally came to me, or was naturally a part of the person I was, or was naturally an interest to me. Is it, why you like that dumb shit? Or why you talk like that? You talk normal. Or, oh, this nigga think he better than us, or you think he's smart. Or people say things like this to me that were It's like, really, dog, you sound like a hater. And it's like, me personally growing up, there are times I changed the whole way I spoke. I changed the words that I used and everything just because I didn't want to make people feel uncomfortable, right? And why would you, what? I shrank myself in order to not make other people feel small. And that's one of my biggest regrets as a 30-year-old, because who would I be and where would I be if I leaned into all the things that I liked, all of my gifts and all of my blessings and all of my power when I was young? I didn't step into my full autonomy because people would say I came on too strong. It is like, you really can't come on too strong when you're trying to dictate the direction of your own life, right? But as the young nigga, easily impressionable, trying to be, you feel me? I've always wanted to be an air of reason for everybody and to make sure that everyone in this circumstance felt comfortable, right? So if at any point in time, if something I'm doing or saying made someone feel uncomfortable, I would do my best to mitigate that. Sometimes me making someone feel uncomfortable was just speaking directly or saying, I don't want to do that, or I do want to do this. My directness was making people uncomfortable. So I stopped being as direct, or I stopped having a point of view as much. Because if I spoke up on how I thought about something or how I felt about something, it might encourage the whole group's think. And the person who said this was the good idea is now upset with me because I didn't even say that's a bad idea. I just asked a question and said, what if we did this? Or what about this aspect? And the whole group agreed with me and changed the direction of where we were going. So now the person who was the group leader is mad that I changed the direction, and I didn't even give a fuck about being the leader. I just made more sense. So people wonder why I spend so much time alone or how I don't have friends and shit. It's because of situations like that and stuff like that, where it's like, if me just calling out things that make sense becomes a nuisance or a burden, I'm just going to do what makes sense over here. Or it's like, if me liking the things that I like and having the gifts and talents that I do cause you to feel the need to shut me down, I'll just do it over here. So there will be no conflict of interest, right? And so I don't know if that's a good thing or that's a bad thing. But for me, I just was like, look, if niggas is looking at me like I'm the problem, I'll just remove myself, and the situation is still gonna fall apart just the same, because nigga, I'm not the problem. But that's something else I've realized. I've had people be mad at me because I pointed out some shit was not gonna work. And then instead of trying to convince people that it wasn't gonna work, I just separated myself from it. And then at the end of the day, the shit didn't work. So it's like niggas is looking at me like, yo, this nigga was right the whole time. And I could be like, yo, I told you so. But I'm not even gonna do that or say that because we both already know I told you so. So when you see me, you just remember the fact that, hey, this nigga told me this shit wasn't gonna work. And he was so right that he doesn't even have the need to tell me he was right. And so now I'm pissed because like the nigga said it wasn't gonna work. He separated himself, and then it's like the shit just stopped existing, period. Because I never talked about it again, and there's no need for you to talk about it because it didn't keep going. So that nigga was even more right than we should even speak about. And I don't even want to address how right he was because, you feel me? I was like, yeah, I don't know. Life is fucking interesting. Life is interesting. And I tell everybody, bruh, just be honest and work hard. Do your ditty, do your shit. People will notice. The people will notice, especially if you do good shit. If your work is well, if your work speaks for itself, trust me, people are going to notice. This tea is real interesting. I feel like these are some walnuts or something. I ain't never have tea with walnuts in it. But all right. I got a couple of different phone calls that I need to get to. But before that, I'm gonna stop my rambling. We're gonna hop into this. It's called Jesus Calling, Enjoying Peace in His Presence. I tell people all the time, You do not have to be a friend of Jesus, a fan of Jesus, a follower of Jesus, or none of that in order to get something good for this book, right? Me personally, I do believe in Jesus. Thank you, Yeshua. And with that being said, I'm not trying to convert anybody. I'm not trying to get nobody to believe what I believe. I'm just trying to relay a message that I believe will have a lasting, edifying effect. Today is November 27th. Let thankfulness rule in your heart. Thanksgiving. As you thank me for blessings in your life, a marvelous thing happens. It is as if scales fall off your eyes, enabling you to see more and more of my glorious riches. With your eyes thus open, you can help yourself to whatever you need from my treasure house. Each time you receive one of my golden gifts, let your thankfulness sing out praises to my name. Hallelujahs are the language of heaven, and they can become the language of your heart. A life of praise and thankfulness becomes a life filled with miracles. Instead of trying to be in control, you focus on me and what I'm doing. This is the power of praise, centering your entire being in me. This is how I created you to live, for I made you in my own image. Enjoy abundant life by overflowing with praise and thankfulness. Let the peace of Christ rule in your hearts and be thankful. So I was I was talking about this yesterday, and just like, the more gratitude that you show, the more thankfulness you show, the more that you'll be shown things to be thankful for, and the more you'll just be fostering a spirit of gratitude and gratefulness, right? Is like your brain looks for things that solidify whatever it is you're telling it, right? So if I told myself that today is a good day, my brain is now looking around at today and giving me reasons why today is a good day. The sun is shining, the birds are chirping, I hear kids laughing, there was no traffic on the way to work. Oh, what I had for dinner was good. Like, if you say that today was a good day, this was a good week, the more you say stuff like that, the more your brain is just going to look for reasons to make that true. So that's why in here it says, the more you thank me for the blessings in your life, a marvelous things happens. With your eyes open, you can help yourself to whatever you need from my treasure house. Because the more you see and you reiterate what you see, the more you're going to be getting more of that thing. I don't know, I just think that goes without saying. It's like, also, if you say today sucks, now your brain is going to be looking at reasons why today sucks. I woke up late, it's kind of chilly outside, I had a ticket when I got to my car. Like, now you can have both of those happen. You can have all of these circumstances happening. It could be kind of cold, you can get a ticket, there could be no traffic on the way to work, what you had for dinner the night before was really good. And just depending on whether or not you say today's a good day or today's a bad day, your mind is going to lean towards one extreme or the other. If today was a good day, you're like, oh damn, I got that ticket, but at least it was only $50. It could have been 100. Like, so literally our mind perpetuates whatever information we feed it, and whatever experience we think we're having or we say that we're having, our brain is going to look for ways to make that the actual experience that we do live with. I think that's mad interesting. Let thankfulness rule in your heart. As you thank me for blessings in your life, a marvelous thing happens. It is as if scales fall off your eyes, enabling you to see more and more of my glorious riches. With your eyes thus open, you can help yourself to whatever you need from my treasure house. Each time you receive one of my golden gifts, let your thankfulness sing out praises to my name. Hallelujahs are the language of heaven, and they can become the language of your heart. A life of praise and thankfulness becomes a life filled with miracles. Instead of trying to be in control, you focus on me and what I am doing. This is the power of praise, centering your entire being in me. This is how I created you to live, for I made you in my own image. Enjoy abundant life by overflowing with praise and thankfulness. Amen. So with that, I think I'm gonna leave y'all. We're gonna wait a minute and a half. Ooh, just to make it an even hour and a half. What y'all got going on today? I'm not gonna lie, this tea tastes kind of weird. I don't even know what's all in it. I just hope that it really helped. Like I said, your boy been sipping. Your boy been sipping. I'm not really proud of this fact, but more days than not, this year, I had at least 2, 3 drinks. And I'm gonna be honest with you. It's like I said, if you can't be honest with yourself, where are you going in life? I need to quit drinking. We're working on it. We're working on it. But we're not quitting today. Maybe tomorrow. Nah, but that's actually the crazy thing. Is like, once I really got into how much I was sipping and I just thought about it, I was like, wait, I can't just quit cold turkey. I can't just quit wild turkey. It's like that shit has side effects and repercussions. Fuck. Can I quit cold turkey? I don't know. Don't know. But I was like, I'm gonna just have 2 or 3. 2 or 3. And then in a week, turn that 2 or 3 into just 2. And then a week later, turn that into 1. And then turn that into none. A journey and trajectory. You feel me? But yeah, actually, let's do this real quick. Let's do this real quick. We're just gonna do this real quick because I don't even like doing this because at this point in time, we all already know. Today is Thanksgiving. You see, I'm sitting here in a robe at what, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, sipping a cup of tea. Why? Because I do not coincide. I do not co-sign. This holiday was predicated on what? Genocide. I don't know why every year it comes around and we fucking act like it wasn't and we say, oh, let's be thankful and go bake food and sit with our family and remember the day. Bruh, if you are brown, if you are brown, if you are brown, if you are Hispanic, if you are indigenous, if you are Native American, why the fuck are we celebrating this day still, bro? Come on now, stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Like, you can be thankful every day. I just got done reading a passage about thankfulness saying to rejoice always. We should be thankful every day. We do not need a day of the week to tell us to be thankful, especially not one that was lined up with what? Genocide. Based on what? A bunch of white people deciding that today was the day to give thanks. No, my nigga. No, bro. No, bro. I don't understand. I don't understand. I don't understand. You feel me? It's like, to a certain extent I understand, but with the fact that we all know that it was predicated on bullshit, I mean, we still celebrate Christopher Columbus Day, and we know that Columbus was not the first person in the Americas. Like, what are we talking about? What are we talking about, bro? That's just crazy. That's just actually crazy to me that people just throw all of that out the window and act like, oh, wow, it's a holiday, da, 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 da. Bro, the holiday is built off of bullshit, dog. The holiday been built off of bullshit. Why are we lying to ourselves and saying that it's fun? Like, you can eat all the food you want to whenever. You can cook whenever. You can have a day full of thanks and full of family and full of communion whenever. Why does it have to be on the 4th Thursday in the month of November? That sounds very ritualistic to me. I don't know. What do I know? But yeah, so y'all have a good Thanksgiving. I'm about to get off this bitch and tend to the rest of my day. Yo, what's good?
What's up, man? What's up, man? Nah, I just ain't thought. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello.
Hey, shit.